Everybody, and welcome back to the channel. As always, hope you're having a wonderful day, and I hope you're having a wonderful week. But to get straight into the video, in today's video, we're going to go over ways to help with your mental health. Of course, it's important to do things to help with your physical health, but it is just important to deal with your mental health as well. There's a lot of things that go on in this world that just take a hold of us, There's nothing to be ashamed of if you're down for a few days, a few weeks, even a few months. Heck, even if it's for a year. I mean, in that case, I really want you to watch it. I really want you to seek help. But, I mean, it does happen to all of us. We all truly do know what it feels like. Of course, we all have different situations. Some things may be tougher than others. But at the end of the day, our mental health is all just as important. But the first thing that I would suggest doing is practicing self-care. This is to be things that help us relax, like reading books, right? Taking a bath, taking a walk. More specifically, or not more specifically, but I would really focus on taking a walk, getting yourself out in nature. Now, of course, if you're someone who maybe lives in the inner city, it's not as easy. I understand. There's other ways to immerse yourself in nature. It could just be looking up in the sky. Seriously, that's something that's kind of underrated, but looking up in the sky can really be relaxing. It can just remind you of how little things can be. Really think about it. If you look up in the sky, it's a sunny day, even if it's a cloudy day, right? And you really just look at the atmosphere, look what's going up there. It's gonna relax you. Seriously. I know you're probably thinking, yeah, it's not gonna help relax, and there's so much going on in my mind. Look, of course, looking at the sky is not going to solve all of your issues. That is not what I'm saying. But it is relaxing to do, That's why people love looking up at the stars, or look up at the sky during the daytime as well. It really can be beautiful. It can be relaxing for you. Just maybe looking at trees, looking at the green. Seriously, all these things are super beneficial to reducing stress. We talked about reading. Reading is also very beneficial. It could be reading on things that you enjoy. It could be reading on nonfiction. Whatever it is, reading is also a way to relax yourself, to keep you at ease. Okay? And of course, taking a bath. Of course, still make sure you're taking your personal hygiene. But just taking a bath is also relaxing. Maybe throw some warm water, have your soap, all that good stuff. And again, just immerse yourself. It really is important to have self-care, because a lot of things happen and sometimes we forget to take care of ourselves. Seriously, we're taking care of everyone else, doing this, doing that, and we forget about ourselves. Never forget about yourself. You are the most important person in your life, unless you have kids. If you do not have kids, however, and even if you do have kids, I'm joking, even if you do have kids, you still matter. Just because you have kids does not mean you stop mattering, that your life is no longer your life. Of course, you live your life for your kids as well, but you have your life as well. You have to be taken care of as well, and we need to learn how to take care of ourselves. So again, practice self-care, and it really will reduce your stress and help with your mental health. This is going to be a short one, but make sure you're getting enough sleep. I think that's another thing we underestimate. Sometimes we may get 6 hours of sleep, maybe less, and we just don't really understand how much of an effect that can have on our mental health. Seriously, think about it. Your brain needs to reset. Imagine if you're only giving your brain 5 hours, 6 hours reset, and you've been up the remaining 18. So you had your brain working for 18 hours, and you think 5 to 6 hours is going to be enough? It's not. Okay? Aim for about 7 to 9. I personally would say actually 7 to 8. Sometimes depending, if you're trying to recover, let's say you've been going to sleep for a very short amount of time, then I would go for the 9. But once you get yourself readjusted, seriously, that 7 to 8 hours of sleep is good. It really is. And making sure you're getting enough sleep is going to be, again, important in reducing your stress. A lot of stress just simply comes from not getting enough sleep in the first place. So really just think about it. Again, this is going to be a short one because it's simple. Make sure that you're getting your rest, because your brain, your mental health needs that rest. I know we're talking about our mental health here, but it really is important to make sure that you're exercising, because that it has been proven to reduce stress. Because guess what? It's keeping your mind off of what's causing you stress in the first place, and it's working not only your physical body, right, but it's working your brain as well. It really is important to exercise. And again, exercising can just be riding a bike, making sure that you're walking. It does not have to be some hardcore workout, but it also could be some hardcore workout that really is intensifying. It could be that, but remember, it doesn't have to be. It could be yoga for all we care. But again, make sure that you're exercising. Of course, we're taking care of our physical health. We also need to take care of our mental health, and we need to join them together. Because when you take care of your physical health by exercising, you also are taking care of your mental health. Both are just as important. You can have great physical health, but be mentally drained, mentally deficient. You're sad, you're depressed all the time. That's not good. You could be the happiest person in the world, right? Or appear to be, but you have a lot of physical problems with yourself, and you can't do as much things as you want to do, and that may actually cause you to become stressed. You may have been happy-go-lucky, and then it starts to get to you. So again, it is just important to take care of your physical health, as it is just as important to take care of your mental health. Another thing that actually can help with your mental health is watching what you're eating, right? Having a balanced diet. Sometimes we may just be eating too little or too much of something. That again, because you have to think about the brain, okay? The brain is very complex, and when you're only eating sugar, only eating fat, or heck, you're only eating greens, right? Because I don't want to make it like that. Or you're only eating greens. Certain things our body needs, okay? We need to be balanced. And when you don't have that nutrition in you, that does cause you to become stressed. It does become your body to start acting up. So again, just think about what you're eating. I'm not telling you have to have the most perfect diet in the world. I'm not saying, oh, you gotta get on a diet. No, that's not what I mean. But just be conscious, like, okay, I had a meal, had some chicken, great, nothing wrong with that. Next time I eat, let me throw in just some greens. Or better yet, I really like eating greens. Let me make a smoothie. Let me throw some greens into my smoothie, right? It could just be something as low as that. Okay, I didn't get enough of this. Okay, let me maybe get some vitamins to help. Again, these simple things, okay? It doesn't have to be overly complicated. You don't have to overdo anything. But still, it is great to be consciously aware of what you're eating and what you're missing. Because a lot of things we don't eat. I mean, I know for myself, there's a lot of things that I'm missing. That's why, for me, when I make my smoothies, not only do I have, of course, I have the fruit, but I also add honey. I add spinach. I used to add kale. I don't have kale right now, so I haven't been adding kale. But something as little as that. Again, it is not the most balanced or the most nutritional thing ever. Of course it's not. But again, it's better than just never eating spinach, never eating kale. Alright? So again, just think about these little things. Okay? It's simple, and again, it's easy. And most importantly, you need to take care of your mental health. Something else that's very good for your mental health is immersing yourself with other people. We mentioned immersing yourself in nature, maybe a bath, but also connect with people. Engage, because guess what? Humans, we need each other. Believe it or not, we do need each other. Human interaction is so vital and it's so important. That's one of the reasons why I'm a huge advocate for therapy over medication. Of course, medication is important, and certain people need medication just to get throughout the day, just to get to themselves, to go to therapy session. And also, there's other factors like therapies cost so much money, right? I understand all those things. But I mean, like in a perfect world, I think it's important for people to have therapy because you get that human interaction. You get someone actually talking with you, okay? Because a lot of times when you're dealing with a lot of internal factors by yourself, it can be draining. Just imagine if you could just let out how you feel to someone else and they're there listening. Again, it means a lot. Sometimes we don't want to admit it, but it does mean a lot to just have someone understand how we feel. Because a lot of times we feel like no one understands how we feel and we feel alone. So make sure that you're connecting with people. Even if you're not sharing all your issues, just connecting with people. If it's a group, maybe a club, a game, anything. Again, get those social interactions and get yourself out there, because that is really going to help, again, as I've been saying throughout this whole video, with your mental health. Another thing that we can do, a lot of us can do, is relaxation techniques. We brought up yoga, we have meditation, things like deep breathing are all things that are going to help reduce stress. Heck, even just drinking some tea. Yes, just something as simple as drinking some tea. Just sitting outside. That is relaxation techniques. Heck, I'll give you another thing. Just, if you feel like it's too much going on, seriously, just stop and do nothing. Even just an hour, do nothing. Don't worry about thinking. Like, if you think, you think. If you don't, you don't. But just sit there and don't do a thing. Because your body just needs that time to itself. That's why meditating is so powerful. That's why yoga is so powerful. Again, practicing relaxation techniques is super useful. Of course, like most of these things are not going to just cure you just like that. Sorry for the noise in the background. I know some of you heard it. I know you guys heard it. It's the AirPod case. But anyway, it really is helpful. In all seriousness, it is super beneficial. Of course, like I was mentioning, is it going to just solve your problems? Not necessarily, but it's going to help you in the long run. It really will. Just being able to know, okay, this helps me in the moment. This helps me get through to the next step, because it's all about steps. And these techniques, these methods can help you get to the next step, which, to get to the last one, is seeking professional help. If things are just, even if it doesn't feel like it's too bad, to make sure it doesn't get too bad, talking to someone, a professional, is also, if not one of the most beneficial things you can do. As I mentioned earlier, it could be more on the expensive side, but remember, there are programs in place, free programs, or more reliable programs that are, cost effective, that are there to help people that don't have that much money. Right? There are programs set in place. Make sure that you're getting that help. Don't just sit around trying to deal with everything by yourself. Seek that help, please. I mean, something as small. This is a question at every school, but I'm just going to give you a point. At my school, they have something where they're having a free mental health program, where you can go talk to a professional for free. Now, of course, not every school may have that, but your state may have an assistance program, or maybe some grant funding for that type of stuff. Again, that's things that we have to find out for ourselves, which I get sometimes is the hard part. But think about yourself. Think about the long-term effects of what this mental health is going to do. Because mental health can be, if your mental health is great, well, then you're in a great direction. If your mental health is not so great, you're not heading in a so good direction. And that's just something to think about. But that is it for the video. As always, please spread the knowledge. If you know anyone who may be going through things, or you just think they may, again, don't be afraid to share the video. Spread the knowledge, as I always say. Please like and subscribe. But as always, hope you're enjoying the rest of your day, enjoying the rest of your week. Peace out.